Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation.
That's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. So, man.
How's everything going with you?
I'm good. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Thanks for everybody that follows us already. Shout out to our sponsor, Crime Scene Seasoning by Doc Loves the Kids. Link at the bottom. I'm glad I remembered that in my old age.
Man, to say that. Hey, it's been a crazy couple of days here, man, with everything that's been going on with Joe Biden. I'm not sure if everyone had a chance to really see these things, but let's dive into that a little bit.
I see people like, oh, he's messing up on names and doing this. And I guess this is close to the election, that's whatever. But I mean, Donald Trump has been doing that too. They're both old. We can't just look at one guy and be like, he's old. No, it's like one's old and one's old as hell. All right.
Yeah, I mean, and at the same time, he is. Trump doesn't show as much like he doesn't pause as much. He can lie and just keep lying. You know what I mean? That's like Trump's pretty good that he can just keep talking pretty much.
He knows how to stop because he does it in front of big crowds that are cheering for him. He's like, you know what? I like McDonald's Smoky BLT.
Yeah, he does just say anything.
No, he froze up like, what was it, last week he was giving a speech and he froze for like a good 15 seconds and just went back to talking.
Let's jump in. He said, Biden's gaffe makes headlines around the world. It was the gaffe heard around the world that is closely watching signs that President Joe Biden's age could become a deciding factor in who leads the United States and helms the powerful nation's foreign policy. Biden's comment during his closing remarks at the NATO summit in Washington appeared to confuse Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Ladies and gentlemen, Biden said as he introduced Zelenskyy, President Putin.
But if you watch the video, yes, he said President Putin. Then he starts to step away. Then he's like, wait, Putin. Nah, this is President Zelenskyy. I just have Putin on my mind because I want to defeat him. My bad. He acknowledged that he acknowledged what he said. He said, and then he introduced Zelenskyy. People, that's the whole thing. We take a lot of clips out of context.
Yeah, we do.
A lot of them. So if they just showed you that clip, you'd be like, oh, he's crazy. But if you see the rest of it, you'd be like, oh, he just forgot. He got a lot of stuff on his mind.
He does got a lot on his mind.
He is the leader of the free world.
His mind. He's older. You know what I mean? He's definitely older, and he's not the same Joe Biden that he used to be.
Man, how many people walk into another room and forget why you in there?
I do it all the time.
All the time.
But
don't you? Hold on. And then you wander around the room thinking if you see what you're looking in there for, you might remember.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Come on. But he also had the gaffe where he was talking about Kamala Harris, where he introduced, he talked about his VP Trump, and he was thinking about Kamala Harris.
And you got Donald Trump confusing Nancy Pelosi with Nikki Haley, talking about January 6th. He was like, Nikki Haley, pause, crowd cheer, boos. Nikki Haley was in charge of security. Look, Donald Trump has done it many of times.
And I agree. And they had a guy who talked about Trump was speaking about his Afghanistan war, and he wasn't even president no more. He's like, I got to go upstairs and handle Afghanistan. He
talks about how he beat Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, they're both old.
When they're just rambling, I think it's just a thing. And I think at the same time, right now, they're really queuing in on everything that Biden is doing because of the simple fact that he had such a horrible debate and everyone's questioning his cognitive. I mean, just the way he walks. He's old. He walks like he's old. He looks like, what's the guy on The Simpsons?
Mr. Burns? Grandpa?
He looks like Mr. Burns, man.
Mr. Burns?
He gives us Mr. Burns vibes. I like President Biden. I do. I mean, I think he's done a hell of a job. I mean, no one can debate with me on that. I would love to debate with anybody on that fact right there of what kind of a job he's done as president. We could say, oh, are we sure he's doing it? I think he's cognitive.
How many people want to be here in Project 2025, 2 months deep, women dressing like the Handmaid's Tale? Your children are getting stripped from you because you're a single parent thinking, maybe we should have took the guy that couldn't remember the name. And
I don't want to make it like it's such a, like that's the only reason why we should vote for him. I mean, look at his jobs numbers. Look at his investments that he's made across infrastructure, including manufacturing in America. I mean, look at the fact that he was one vote away from getting a credit for people to have free child care and for single parents or just parents in general to get money for each one of your children every single month. You know what I mean? These were type of things.
Who denied him that? The Republicans?
No, it was fucking Joe Manchin. But really, it's the Republicans.
Joe Manchin, the guy that lives on the yacht, right?
Let's be real. Let's be honest about it. Let's stop like because it was probably a 60 vote thing or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's a threshold that he had to catch, probably a filibuster proof, which is 60 votes. Let's be honest. Yes, it was the Republicans. Because at the end of the day, if you wanted these things to be passed, you would help out in passing them.
Yeah.
No one can say that, it's just Joe Manchin. It wasn't just him. It was whoever the other 40-something people was that voted against it too. They were part of that. And what are you voting against it for? You're saying we don't want to make a perpetual welfare state, but in reality, we already are in so many different ways. I mean, you look at the tax credits that we give to, not even tax credits, just the incentives that we give to farmers, farm subsidies, to businesses and subsidies. We do a lot. So we have the money for our people as well, too. But the point of it is, though, I think that Biden has done look, his foreign policy, to me, has been flawless. They keep on saying, look at all the wars he's got us in. What wars?